Panthers. It's Mrs. Tovar here. Today is September 21st, 2020. So welcome. We have some birthdays this week that I want to start with announcing, so help me celebrate. We have 3 birthdays for this week, starting with tomorrow, the 22nd, Mr. Conrad Z in 1st grade. Happy birthday to you. And then on the 24th, we have 2 birthdays. We have Delilah G in 7th grade, and then we have Emerald R in 8th grade. So happy birthday, guys. And then we have 1 staff birthday coming up on the 23rd. So happy birthday to Miss Ellie. All right, I have some announcements. So just reminders too, we have meals ready for pickup on Mondays, and if you come on Wednesdays, Thursdays, or Fridays. So Monday you get your Monday, Tuesday meals, and then when you come on Wednesday or during the week, you can get your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday meals. So that's between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Make sure you come to get those. And then I have our art contest results. So your teachers heard this, hopefully, and they're ready to share with you, and I'm going to share it with you as well. So we had a 3-way tie, so all the classes that turned in their posters, you all got points on the leaderboard for turning in your posters, and then we scored them based on how well they met ROAR and the components of ROAR. More than just putting the word ROAR on the poster. Did you show what ROAR means for our Panthers? So we scored, 1 to 5 scale for that, and then we scored on the 1 to 5 scale of student collaboration. So did all students help make it together? And then the third scoring was 1 to 5 over the overall aesthetics of it. So the 3-way tie went to Mrs. Hendricks Advisory, Mrs. Wisnowski's class, 6th grade, and then the kindergarten class, or Mrs. Colamis-Serrato's class. And so then we brought in our tie-breaking judges, and they scored them, and then we averaged them all out, and the winner is Miss Wisnowski's class. So congratulations to Ms. Wisnowski's class and to everybody. All the posters were wonderful. They looked fantastic. So thank you guys for participating and trying so hard. Your teachers have access to all of them, so you can ask them to share them. I think that would be a wonderful idea, as you guys can look at all of them too and see, what did other people do? How did they create their poster and use ROAR in it? So you guys can, if you have time, look at those. Otherwise, they are also on our school's Facebook page, so that the families and parents and community members can look at them as well. So, yay! So congrats to everybody for participating. Spirit Wear also happened on Friday, and I got anybody that wore Spirit Wear, their teachers let me know I had this many in my class, or we had Spirit Wear today, and I even got some pictures of you guys wearing your shirts, and that is so awesome. This might be new to some people, it might not be to others, but every Friday we try to wear school colors, green and yellow, or a school shirt, and it could be any school shirt. I have a few from the past years, so I'm sure some of you have past year's school shirts, and those would count as well. So on Fridays, you can remind your teachers if they don't remind you, like, I have my school shirt on, or I'm wearing school colors. So anybody that wore their school colors or school shirt, I added some paw print points to your leaderboard. So behind me, we have our big picture leaderboard for the elementary school and the high school. So just a reminder, there are 4 weeks left in this quarter, and I'm gonna count up all the points from every class and every advisory and see who has the most by the end of the quarter, which is around October 16th, and whoever's advisory or class has the most is the one that gets the pizza party. So that's the reminder, and that's our goal. So if you have that, we'll do that. So thank you to Mrs. Funk and Mr. Crouch and Ms. Wisnowski and Ms. Bispo and Mr. Moore and Ms. Marshall and Mr. Mayberry and Mr. Blancas for sending me your Spirit Wear scores. If I missed anybody, let me know, and I will go back and check and add your point to the leaderboard. Alright, so now for my favorite part of announcements, aside from birthdays and all the wonderful things happening, but it's shout out time. So I'm going to start with Mrs. Funk's shout out. I have a bit of shout outs. So starting with Mrs. Funk, she wants to shout out Evangelino A for not missing any assignments and trying his hardest to be in class every day. And that's all we can ask from you guys. Come to class every day and just try your best. So thank you, Evangelino, for all your effort. Messiah C also has 100% on assignments and attendance, and he's reading most of his books on or above grade level. So awesome job, Messiah. And Mrs. Funk said, last but not least, Liam B. He has blown the doors off by doing over 1,000 problems since school has started. That's a lot. So good job, guys. And she said those are all of her fabulous 5th graders for this week that she is shouting out. So she said very amazing. Pretty amazing. I agree. Okay, we have a shout out from Mrs. Nash at the high school. She said that she would like to do a shout out to Helen, who is our HR rep, human resources. So she said she is the key position, and the HR person is the key position in any organization. And there are endless hours of managing all the tasks and responsibilities, and she knows that that can get overwhelming. So even more so while working remotely. So thank you to Helen for all your hard work. Your BPE family, BPEA family really appreciates everything you do. So thank you, Ms. Nash, for shouting her out. Mr. Cherry, who I mentioned last week, he started working with us, and he wants to shout out Mrs. Lutz's family, her classroom family. They have welcomed me into their classroom this week and made me feel very welcome, and he said it made my week. He feels so blessed to be a part of the Big Picture family. Thank you, Mr. Cherry. And I hope everybody feels that way when they come to Big Picture. Mr. Shankles would like to shout out Dylan J in his class. He says he's doing all of his work, and it's super high quality work, and he's turning everything in on time, and he's just really proud of Dylan's effort. So thank you, Dylan, for all you're doing. Mr. Rodrigo would like to shout out Helen as well. Helen and Coinciva and Keith for being so supportive during these tough times. And he said a lot of students and parents probably don't know who these people are, but they are the reason that BPEA runs so smoothly. So thank you, team. Thank you, Rodrigo. Yes, those are people that work behind the scenes that kids in a lot of the community might not know, but they are a big part of what we do. So thank you, guys. Mr. Morrow wants to give a shout out to his class too. He said that they have been coming to class ready and excited to learn, and he says it's just a joy being their teacher this year. And he also wants to give a shout out to the families of his students, because he says they have been they've been great with communicating with him and working with him and helping his students and their children succeed in distance learning. And it is hard, so we do need your help. So thank you, parents, for helping your children. And then my last shout out is from Mrs. D. Hart. So she wants to shout out her class, because she said she's got a group of kids in her class this week that have had 100% attendance, and they have come to her advisory and her direct instruction and her small groups. And those people would be Angel and Savannah and Viviana and Zach and Ryder and Lexus and Emma and Cameron and Joel and Aileen and Larry. So that is fantastic. Thank you guys for coming and doing your job and working hard. And Mrs. DeHart also said she has students that have no missing work. So that's a big deal too. So let's shout them out. That would be Viviana and Zach and Lexus and Destiny and Layla and Alex. Fantastic, guys. That's wonderful. So keep up the good work. And I'm sure there is a lot more that we haven't even shouted out that's going on. So, if you are doing those same things, give yourselves like a pat on the back. That is wonderful. Showing up to class, doing your work. Let me know, teachers, if you see any of that needs to be shouted out, because I am all about that. All right, before we go, I'm going to review our Zoom expectations. So our first one is to be engaged and be prepared. So we have that, dressing appropriately to your Zooms, showing up, that's to school, so showing up to school dressed appropriately. And then the third one that the whole school uses as our Zoom expectation is to clear out any distractions. So if there's food or people in the background doing things, whatever you can do to give yourself a quiet area where you can concentrate and hear what your teacher's saying and participate in the Zoom, that's what we want you to be able to do. So I have heard that there's been a lot more participation this week. More kids are showing their faces on their Zooms that weren't before, and that is always helpful to your teacher and to your classmates to get to know who you are, what you look like, what you sound like. If you're not doing that, it's going to be hard for people to get to know you. So thank you for stepping out of your comfort zone and participating more this week. And teachers, if there's anybody that is doing that, that's stepping up, standing out, let me know. I'd love to shout them out. But yeah, that's just a reminder that we want you to participate, show your face. We don't always, it's harder to teach you if there's just a screen and we can't see you or hear your voice. So if you're able to, we want you to do that as much as possible. So thank you to those who have. And I believe that is all my announcements. So keep up the good work, guys. We love our Big Picture family. And remember, #BigPictureTogether.